Foster ruling today the Pasquotank Sheriff's 4 body cams and 1 dash cam recorded when they shot and killed 42-year-old Andrew Brown will be disclosed to his surviving family and lawyer. That means in 10 days they can watch the redacted videos but not have copies. Andrew Brown's 92-year-old grandmother. Would you like to see that video?
Yes, I would.
Would you like the public to see that video?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Then everybody know what happened.
And right now?
Right now, nobody knows what happened.
The sheriff today.
Well, what would have been the ideal outcome for you?
Release.
Full release.
Monday, the sheriff played a single 20-second clip.
This was an execution.
Attorney Chantel Sherry Lassiter described it.
They run up to his vehicle shooting. He still stood there, sat there in his vehicle with his hands on the steering wheel while being shot at.
But in court today, the district attorney called her description patently false, that Brown's car was driving towards the officers.
And makes contact with law enforcement. It is then and only then that you hear shots.
I still stand by what I saw in that clip.
Street security cameras show the SWAT team arriving. In the next 30 days, the DA says an independent state investigation should be completed. Then a decision. Does the DA charge the officers? The deputies remain unnamed, but had an attorney in court today.
The officers are very distraught over what happened. They feel for the family of Andrew Brown. We believe that the shooting was justified.
If no officers are charged, the DA says he will release the videos. Tonight, extra law enforcement has been deployed here to keep the peace.
The taxpayers of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, pay the officers. They pay the DA. They pay the county sheriff. They should be able to see that video. The nation should be able to see that video. This is pure corruption. This is a cover-up. That the only people who can see the video is his son and his attorney. In the videos, the officers' faces will be redacted, their names will be redacted, and what they said before and after the incident. This is complete control by the county sheriff, that judge. Everybody is coming together to cover up this issue, because if the officers did nothing wrong, that camera footage would have been out to the public in less than 2 hours. But that shows you that something went on. Something that went on is illegal. Something went on that these officers were 3 or 4 retired. The other ones resigned from duty because they knew if that body cam footage got out to the American public, all hell would break loose. Now they're saying that the attorney from Andrew Brown Jr. Lawyer is lying about what happened in that incident. If she is lying, like the DA said she is, release the tape to the public. We all can make that decision ourselves. But I believe the body cam footage is so inflammatory that they know the protests will be coming, but they also know possibly the violence will be coming. This does not make any sense. This is purely a cover-up, because even if the son comes out and says what he says he saw on the camera, and the lawyer, they can always counter what they're saying. But if the American public sees the body cam footage and they make their own opinions, it's hard for them to protect the officers who did this dirty deed. There should be someone who can step in. I know possibly, I don't know, if they can move on to another judge and possibly move up the chain. to get some kind of fairness from this county in North Carolina. I don't know if they can file an appeal. Let's see what they do next. But even in the Micaiah saga in Cincinnati, they released the tape. But these clowns refused to release the tape, and the judge actually blocked the public from seeing what actually went on. The rabbit hole is going to get deeper. Now everybody across the nation is really going to be asking what really happened. And see what they're basically trying to do. They're trying to, what we could say, run out the clock. Maybe another incident happens in a month's time, in 7 days' time, or something else happens and grabs the attention of the American public. Then they can do their little case and maybe they can get by or get away with the killing of Andrew Brown Jr. This right here is a pure cover-up. You know it and I know it. And someone needs to be held accountable. That sheriff said he wanted the body cam footage released. He didn't want it released. He's just saying that for public consumption, that people will be on his side. They're covering up for these officers. These officers will not be charged. Many of them probably left the state. Some of them who had their 20 years probably got their pensions because they knew the repercussions of what would have happened if these body cam footage got out into the American public. People will be calling for justice. They're calling for justice in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, but they will be calling for justice nationwide. How in the hell can they get away with this? Yes, the FBI has been called in. The governor of North Carolina has called for a special prosecutor. Let's see what happens next. Let's see if they get to the bottom of what's going on in that county, in that local police department. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.